In this video, I'm going to show you how to demo like a pro, a professional, like you've been doing it since the .com bubble. And this is not only for technical, but also for business stakeholders. You don't want to miss this video.
Welcome to the digital age where people, processes, and tools are revolutionizing how we operate. Here we dive into the world of artificial intelligence, cloud technology, agile frameworks, and data management, all served up in bite-sized, easy-to-understand portions. Ever wondered about the potential of AI? Puzzled by the cloud? Agile frameworks leaving you spinning? Or data management sounding like a different language? Fear not. We're here to demystify. We break down these complex concepts into simple, digestible insights for organizations, big and small. In this fast-paced world, staying ahead of the curve is crucial. So why not keep up with the latest trends in the digital age? Don't let the future leave you behind. Subscribe now and stay informed. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you. So come on board, the future is waiting.
So let's show you how to demo like a pro or professional. So this is for both technical and business stakeholders. Keep that in mind. So really to kind of bridge that gap so you can please both people, right? Because some parties might have different perspectives. And this is the demo. Remember, going back on the goal of the demo is really to solicit feedback. And so you want feedback from both business and technical stakeholders. This is a way to bridge that gap. Let me show you. So our agenda today to do this is, number one, we're going to read the user story. We're going to, number two, go over the architecture, emphasize the portions that you will demo. You show the code, run, ask for questions or feedback, and then capture feedback for retrospective or sprint planning. So we'll go over an example here and go through this so you can see and you could be a pro at your next demo. So the first thing you're gonna do is read your user story. So here's a user story I created. As a shopper, I want to be able to live stream video for new products. The acceptance criteria was invoke Amazon IVS through CDK, store video in S3 bucket, and create Lambda to encode video once live stream is complete. So that's the user story, right? This is to bridge that business perspective. This is why you read it. Bridging the business perspective as well as the technical, because the technical is in the acceptance criteria, and the business is actually in the business-driven development, which is in the user story. So number one, start off with the user story. And the second, now it's time to start high level. So before you jump into the code, what you need to do is actually give a high level version of what you're doing from an architectural perspective. So what I'm going to do next is say, hey everyone, I'm going to go over this portion here at the bottom, which I created for this user story, which is deploying Amazon IVS, S3, and Lambda with CDK. And that was what I was going to do today, and I'm going to showcase for you, all of you as well. Gives perspective of where you're at in the user journey, right? What pieces are you actually building? So it's very important that you start high level, and then we'll go in the details now. That's where it goes into number three, where you actually show the code running. So whether this is in your AWS console, I would say any console, because it could be any cloud company. Show this in your IDE, your integrated development environment. Maybe there's some kind of hybrid version. So maybe you show some of it run through your IDE or VS Code, and maybe so some of it through the console where it's actually deploying the resources. So whatever you think what works the best, you can use any of these options depending on what you're showcasing. Also, one thing that I know a lot of the frameworks say, I want to show a live demo of actually working product, but sometimes it's not possible, especially when there's things that take a long time to run. For example, if I had a database backup and takes 1 hour, 2 hours, because the database is huge, and that was what you're demoing, obviously you can't show it in this time frame, which is probably less than, probably an hour, maybe even less. And so sometimes you have to record it because it might take and maybe speed it up, and then maybe do a hybrid option where you show the console that it's working and that's deployed, or some kind of note or message that says, yeah, this is successfully deployed. So number three, you show the code running. This is where you talk from a business perspective, you talk high level where people might be able to understand you from the technical and business, which is this architecture. Now you're showing more of the technical version. This is where some of the technical leads and some of the technical people within your team might provide feedback, right? You get more insights of under how you're doing that. And then again, that's why number 4 is ask for feedback. Right? The goal of the demo is to really get feedback so you can iteratively develop this product and not figure out major critical changes at the very end. What I would say is a pro tip. Remember, this is a professional demo for pros. So you're gonna be a pro in your group, and how to do this is a pro tip for when your team is that you ask someone else to take notes for you. And then obviously you're gonna return the favor. So maybe as you're demoing, you say, hey, Emily, or hey, Jared, you need to can you take notes for me? So take actions or feedback so you can focus on the demo itself, on the code, on the architecture, and it helps someone helping you out for documenting that so you can focus on the demo itself, but also remember you got to return that favor. This is making sure that it will help for both of you actually doing that. Pro tip, remember. And the last thing is you capture the feedback for retrospective or sprint planning. So remember, if it doesn't go in the backlog, there's a good chance it won't get completed at all. So this is where you actually document it. So you talk to your friend and say, hey, what feedback did you have? Let's create user stories in the backlog. And then let's have a discussion at sprint planning or at the retrospective of what needs to get added into our current sprint or what needs to get planned later if it was important. So those are the 5 steps that if you do, you will look like a professional in front of your group in any demo. So keep that in mind. There's also a time box for this. So if you have 4 other people within an hour and you only have 15 minutes, make sure you section out time for each one of these that makes sense. Okay, there will be definitely questions, so keep some time out for questions. That's another thing. So you fit within the time box, and if you follow those steps within the time box, you will look good in front of your managers, your scrum masters, your leaders, your teammates, your technical leads, your business stakeholders, every single buddy. You'll look like a professional, a pro. And so keep that in mind. Hope this helped you out. I wanted you to try this in your team, the next demo. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. Excited to hear feedback from your teams and success stories. And like always, subscribe, like the channel, like the video, and I'll see you in the next video.